What is going on, everyone? We are back in our Chicago Bears franchise in Madden 17. It is week 4 of the preseason, and this is it. We have to make the final decisions on the roster. We've got to cut 9 players this week. But before we do that, we've got one more game to play. The Cleveland Browns are in town, and this seems like the perfect team to be taken on here in this final game, as it's not the toughest opponent, and we're going to have a lot of backups playing, trying to prove their worth as they try to stick on this 53-man roster. And honestly, the cuts might not even be the end of the moves we make, as we have an injury that's kind of messing with things. Deontay Thompson has a long-term injury, still debating whether I put him on IR, which would open up another roster spot. And I'm also have been actively trying to get a trade figured out so that we can utilize our depth at linebacker to help improve another position. I've been focusing on corner, so we'll talk about that more later. But for now, let's get to this game. Third down, the defense coming up big, as Isaiah Crowell not going to be able to pick up the first down, so the Browns' drive will end there. And the Bears have it now. It is Brian Hoyer. Flag on the play. He's going to complete it to Eddie Royal, but what's the flag going to be? Tell me it ain't. Yep, it's offensive holding, so that one's going to be called back. Ted Larson, the center. That's not a good impression you want to make here in this final game. 2nd and 16 now, and it's getting even worse as Hoyer is sacked. He fumbles the ball. Kadeem Carey able to jump on it, though, so 3rd and 25. We need a big completion here, and we are going to get just that. Joshua Bellamy down the sideline. A couple Browns giving chase. He is going to be caught, but not until he gets inside the 20 to the 18. 66 yards for Brian Hoyer on his first completion. Now 2nd and 10, as we're in this last minute of the first quarter. It's Hoyer, and he's facing pressure, takes off, and he will dive down to the 9-yard line. I have finally figured out how to QB slide since this game, but that one was not quite graceful. 3rd and 1, though. Hoyer trying to complete the slant. It is not going to be good as the receiver drops the ball, so we have to settle for a field goal on our first possession. So now the Browns back with it. Crowell going to take this handoff, fighting here for 7 yards on the play. He's got 11 so far in that first quarter. 3rd and 3 now, though. The defense looking to come up big once again, but they will not. The tight end's going to catch that one. They get the first down. That's going to be McCown's first completion of the game. Now 2nd and 13 from the 35-yard line. It's high formation. It's a handoff to Duke Johnson, but he's going to be wrapped up quickly as we get the tackle there. Now 3rd and 13. Can the defense come up big this time? As it's going to be McCown taking the snap, dropping back, looking downfield. He's throwing. He's going to find Gabriel. He's got the first down. So the defense failing us a little bit here on 3rd down, as it's now 2nd and 9. The Browns in I formation. It's going to be play action. McCown looking. He's got a lot of time to throw. He's going to go downfield, but it's going to be intercepted. It's Callahan, I believe a second-year player, with the pick. A rare interception for us in this preseason, and he went up high to get that one. Impressive play for a guy that is fighting for a roster spot. So we have it now, 3:20 remaining in this second quarter. It's going to be Jacquizz Rodgers on the carry. Picks up a first down to get us away from that goal line. Now 2nd and 2, and it's going to be Hoyer. He's going to find Lee, the backup tight end, for the first down. He's out to the 34-yard line. Hoyer, nice 83 yards passing so far. Now 1st and 10, and it's Brian Hoyer. We can't get rid of it in time, and he takes a big hit there in the backfield. So now 3rd and 10, 1:30 remaining in this half, and it's going to be Hoyer, and he's going to find Mariani on the sideline. Nice route there on that little wheel route. Hoyer just 1 incompletion so far in this half. Now 2nd and 9 as we look to get some points on the board before halftime. It's Hoyer again. He's going to find Mariani again on that sideline, so he's working it over there as we're across the 50 now to the 40-yard line. 57 seconds remaining now in the quarter. It's Hoyer to his right. He's going to dump it down, and this one, you got to be kidding me, off of Lee's head, shoulder. I don't know what he was doing, but it's intercepted. It's going to be a pick 6. Now the question is, what's the flag going to be? Please let it be on the defense, and it's going to be holding on the offense. Whitehair the culprit, but it's going to be a declined penalty and a touchdown for the Browns, so they steal a 7-3 lead going into halftime, as that was not Brian Hoyer's fault on that pass. That was Kerry Lee, the tight end, that I don't know what he was doing there. But here we go. Into this third quarter now. The Browns have it. It's McCown dropping back to throw. He's going deep, and it's going to fall incomplete. Nice defense there, as we will now have 3rd and 11. The Bears, a great opportunity to get a stop here to start this third quarter. It's going to be Josh McCown. He's looking, and he's got no one open. It's going to be a sack in the backfield. Jones, the linebacker, comes in for his first sack of the game. Big play for him now on 4th down, and we're seeing the punt return. It is Daniel Braverman, and look at Braverman go, the little man down the sideline. Can he make it all the way? Yes, he can. Diving in, Daniel Braverman. If there's been a more surprising player in this preseason than him, I would love to hear it, because he has absolutely blown me away, playing well above his rather low overall. But now the Browns back with it, and it's another sack here. It's going to be Bullard, the rookie defensive end, getting the sack. So 2nd and 17, things not looking good for the Browns offense today, as here it's actually going to be Barrow chasing him down, and that's a shoestring sack there, as we are all over this backup line right now. 3rd and 25, it's going to be a handoff, as the Browns just accepting defeat here on this drive, as they're going to have to punt it away. So 1:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. We do have David Fales in the game now, as it's going to be Jordan Howard, the rookie running back out of Indiana, with the carry here, as he's got 16 yards on 3 carries. Now 3rd and 1, he's looking to keep the drive going, and he will do that and more, as he is across the 50 to the 46, now 24 yards rushing. 2nd and 4 here, it's Fales trying to set up the halfback screen, just gets it away in time. Howard with it, he's got some space, tries to make a move, not going to work, but he is going to get down to the 29 before he is knocked out of bounds. It's now 2nd and 10, as Fales dropping back, looking, throwing, and he's going to find Braverman. Some soft coverage being played there, but still a nice catch there from Braverman. Now 2nd and goal from the 4. We got 4 minutes remaining in this game, and it's going to be Howard looking for the end zone, and he's falling, and is he in? Yes, he is. It's the rookie Howard with the rushing touchdown. I believe that's his first of the preseason, and it's now a 17-7 game. So things looking good for us to get the win here in the final preseason game, as the Browns not going to stop, though. They'll get that completion for the 1st down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 35. 1:39 to go in the game. It's McCown looking. He's got a lot of time to throw here, and he's eventually going to find a receiver, and it's going to be good enough for a 1st down, as it's now 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. It is the pistol formation. He's got Johnson in the backfield, but it's McCown throwing it, and he's got a quick completion to Hawkins, as he's down to the 16-yard line. Now 3rd and 1, though. Can the defense get one more stop? McCown, pump fake, throwing, and he's got a receiver in the end zone. That is going to be the tight end getting the touchdown, and the Browns right back in this one, but they need the onside kick. Well, they don't really need it, but they're going for it, and we will easily recover, and that actually would be good enough to hold on for the win. We take this game 17-14. And I know it doesn't mean much being the preseason, but we did go 3-1 in the preseason, so not bad for the Bears. Hoyer had a nice game, 7 of 9 for 129, Fales 5 of 7 for 43. No touchdowns. The 1 interception for Hoyer, but that was not his fault. Jordan Howard, 13 for 62. Impressive game for him. Impressive preseason for him. He was maybe right up there, not right up there with Braverman, but he also had an impressive and surprising performance in the preseason. Rogers, 3 for 23. Kadeem Carey, 3 for 8. Braverman, 4 for 38. Mariani, 4 for 40. Bellamy, that 1 catch for 66 yards. Kerry Lee, 2 for 17, but that all-important total blunder causing the interception, that definitely does not help. On defense, the leading tackler is going to be 3 from a couple corners. It's going to be a few guys with 1 tackle for loss. We did have a couple sacks, though. Barrow, Bullard, and Jones are going to pick up the sacks, and then an interception from Bryce Callahan. He had himself quite a performance here in this final game in the preseason. But now, wasting no time, it's time to make some cuts. We've got to cut. Actually, it's 10 players, not 9. First cut is going to be an easy one. It's the backup fullback. We're not going to carry 2 fullbacks, so Paul Lasicki is going to be the first cut. He is actually eligible for the practice squad, and that is something else we need to keep in mind right here, because that is a new addition this year, practice squad. So we'll get into that more in a bit. But Mark Mariani, he did have a good performance in the final game, but Daniel Braverman has kind of outperformed him in this preseason, so he is going to be cut number 2. Cut number 3 is going to be a 3rd defensive end on the right side, Cornelius Washington. Just a numbers game there. We cannot carry that many defensive ends, so he's going to go. Next cut is going to be a corner, Sherrick McManus. Didn't really see much from him in terms of the attributes. He is outshined by DeAndre Hall, and Bryce Callahan had that nice interception, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He'll be the next cut. Next cut is going to be at middle linebacker, John Timu. Middle linebackers, we're pretty good at middle linebacker. We have a lot of lower-rated backups, and he's, again, just going to kind of lose out. Next cut is going to be the free safety, Hurst, just because he was the lowest-rated free safety. Next cut is going to be Jacquizz Rodgers, and here, it's really just about the money. He saves us a little bit more money than Kadeem Carey. We're keeping Howard, the rookie. Next cut is going to be Rob Hausler, another tight end. We had a lot of tight ends to start, and he's just going to lose out there. Next cut is actually, I believe that this is the one. Yes, this is where we are going to start utilizing the practice squad. The rookie, Nick Kwiatkowski. I'm not exactly sure how you say that name, but he's a rookie from West Virginia. We're going to put him on the practice squad. Same thing with DeAndre Hall. He is going to be moved to the practice squad, which means Bryce Callahan has made the squad. And that also means we are done with the cuts, but we are not done with the moves. We now have to fill out our practice squad. First guy is going to be Malcolm Mitchell, a rookie wide receiver from Georgia. Like the looks of this kid, so we're going to bring him on. Next up is Ben Braunecker. He was a tight end we used to have on the team. We cut him, I think, after week 3. Going to bring him back. Like the looks of him as well. Got some good speed. Need to work on some of the other attributes, but we're going to bring him onto the practice squad. Next is offensive line. We need some help at offensive line, so Sean Coleman, one of the higher-rated players available for the practice squad. He's a 6'8 overall, bringing him on as a right tackle. Next up, another, well, actually higher-rated player, Vincent Valentine. Perfectly fits our scheme as a nose tackle, so we'll add him. Quite possibly a good shot that he could end up on the roster at some point this year if there's any injuries. Next up at corner, we're going to add another corner, Tavon Young. This guy, good speed, 90 speed, 92 acceleration, I believe. Also fits the kind of makeup we're looking for. Next guy is going to be strong safety Curtis Drummond. Second best strong safety, 84 speed, 78 zone coverage. He had some pretty key attributes that were really good. Next up is going to be Tyler Medikevich, rookie linebacker from Temple. This kid, this guy was a monster in college, so I'm going to bring him back. And then the final one is going to be Kenyon Drake. I was sad to see that the Dolphins had cut him, but it's understandable in terms of the thought process that they use. He was the lowest rated halfback on a team that had a lot of halfbacks, so they're going to cut him. So I'll at least put him on the practice squad. If another team wants to steal him, they can. Now, as I talked about earlier, I have been looking at trying to make a trade for a cornerback, and here I'm just kind of going through some teams, looking at some of the guys that maybe are an option. I do not want to trade for someone that is a top 3 corner on their team. I don't want to steal away anybody's top starting corner or their nickel corner unless we're really going to give up a lot. So identifying a couple guys, we got Tony Lippett here, who actually is a sneaky, possibly good corner. Justin Gilbert from the Browns, but he does have slow progression, so I don't know about that. But there's some other guys. Eltron Werner has kind of slid down the list of the Buccaneers corner. So I am not going to make a move right now, but I am probably going to have a move made before we play our game in week 1. So a start of the next episode is going to be me showing you the team, what we have finally decided on for a depth chart. If I am able to make a trade, I'll include that as well. I'm still trying to decide what linebacker we're going to give up. It does seem to be a little bit easier to make trades this year. If you remember in our Raiders franchise in Madden 16, I had a hell of a time trying to trade for a corner in that game. It was really, really hard to trade. So it does seem to be a little bit more reasonable this year. So we will look at that before we play week 1 next time against the Houston Texans. We truly kick this franchise off next time as we get into the regular season, the real games, and we see what this team is made of. So that is going to be it for this one. Don't miss it next time, week 1 against the Texans. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like. I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.